I'll never forget the summer I spent at my grandparents' old cabin in the woods. It was supposed to be a relaxing getaway from the city, but it turned into a descent into madness. The first few nights were peaceful, with only the occasional hooting of owls and chirping of crickets breaking the silence. But as the days went by, I started to feel a creeping sense of dread. It began with small things. A twig snapping in the distance, a faint rustling in the underbrush, a low growl that seemed to come from all around me. At first, I wrote it off as the usual nocturnal creatures. But as the occurrences grew more frequent and intense, I realized that something was off. I would lie in bed at night, listening to the sounds of the forest, and feel like I was being watched. I tried to convince myself it was just my imagination, but the feeling only intensified as the nights wore on. One night, I decided to investigate the strange noises. I grabbed a flashlight and stepped out into the darkness. The beam of light illuminated the trees, casting long, ominous shadows on the ground. I walked deeper into the woods, the silence broken only by the crunch of leaves beneath my feet. As I walked, the shadows seemed to move and twist around me. Like living things, I started to feel a presence closing in around me, a malevolent force that seemed to be watching my every move. Suddenly, I heard a low, guttural growl. It was close, maybe only a few feet away. I spun around, shining my light in all directions. But there was nothing. The growl came again, louder this time, and I felt a cold sweat break out on my forehead. I knew I had to get back to the cabin, but as I turned to run, I saw it, a pair of eyes, glowing like embers in the darkness. They were watching me, boring into my soul with an unspeakable hunger. I tried to scream, but my voice was frozen in my throat. The eyes drew closer, and I felt a presence looming over me. A creature unlike anything I had ever seen. It was tall and imposing, its body a twisted mass of branches and leaves. The eyes blazed with an otherworldly intensity, and I knew I was staring into the face of pure evil. The creature reached out a twisted limb and touched my face, and everything went black. When I came to, I was back in the cabin, lying in bed. It was morning, and the sun was streaming through the windows. I thought it had all been a dream, a product of my fevered imagination. But as I looked around the room, I saw something that made my blood run cold. On the wall, in letters made of twisted leaves and branches, was a message. "I'll be back." I knew then that I had to get out of those woods, to escape the creature that lurked in the darkness. But as I packed my bags and fled, I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched, that the creature was waiting for me, patiently, in the woods. And when I looked back, I saw the eyes, watching me from the trees, waiting for the perfect moment to strike.